Hello everyone, I am coming back to you with another video. And this video we were discussing why do we stay in unhealthy relationships. And I'm sure you're wondering why, Angela, why all of a sudden are you talking about this issue? I mean, you've had all year to discuss these things, but why are you talking about it now? And that's kind of what I wanted to speak to before I continued. And one of the reasons I'm speaking about it now is because this time of year, it's the end of the year, and everyone is making New Year's resolutions. But Angela Nicole Boyce does not make, or I've heard people say, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. Well, for me, I make mission statements. And what does that mean, to make a mission statement instead of a resolution? That means for the entire year, that thing that I've said that I wish that I want to do, I make it my mission to do it. And so therefore I make it my mission to achieve it. So then I began writing down and dissecting it. What does it take for me to achieve this? So I don't just write, it's almost like a business plan with my resolutions. It's sort of like if I want to lose weight and I say I want to lose 10 pounds this year, right? Well, for me, I make it a mission. So instead of saying I want to lose 10 pounds this year, I make a commitment to myself and a mission statement that I'm losing 10 pounds this year. See, that is an action statement. I'm losing 10 pounds this year. So that's my mission. And so what do I do with this mission? I didn't take that mission and I began to write goals that I can achieve. So one of the things would be, I'm going to go on a smoothie cleanse. I'm exercising once a day, but I commit myself to it. I write it on my calendar. Each thing that I want to do. I start jotting down dates of, on this date I want to do this. On this date I want to achieve this. It becomes my mission. It's like my business plan. It becomes a guide for the next year. So, I'm sorry, I kind of talk and go on tangents, but I hope you can stay with me, especially as we are building this relationship together. So why am I talking about, unhealthy relationships now at the end of the year? It's because I want people to understand, one, sometimes we understand why we do a thing. Then we stop. See, until the lesson is learned, we're going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. So how does it stop? How do we get out of this cycle? So one of the reasons that people stay in unhealthy relationships is, one, because they don't want to be what? Alone. We discussed that, loneliness. But then I went on to say how loneliness is necessary and how loneliness works for us when we truly commit to getting alone to ourselves, to learning the lessons, and to expanding our vision and going somewhere else, to using that for our good. That's how things work for our good. When we begin to take the trial and we transmute it, when we take the pain and transmute it to purpose, that is what you affirm self is. So another reason we stay in unhealthy relationships is because we have no vision for our lives. See, when you have no vision for your life, you are more apt to remain in an unhealthy situation because you can't see yourself anywhere else. You can't see yourself doing better. You can't see yourself with someone who treats you better. You can't see yourself with other friends. You can't see yourself out of that environment that you've been in. So you can't see yourself. You have no other vision for your life. And so right now, I want you to begin to envision your life different. It may cause fear and anxiety because it's a place of the unknown. But you have to see yourself in a better place. You have to see yourself with someone who loves you. And that doesn't just mean romantic relationships. That doesn't just mean, friendships. It can mean family members too. See yourself in healthy relationships. You know what I used to do when I was going through my divorce and I kept going through abuse? I'll tell you what I started doing. I started taking out my phone every time I saw something I liked. If I saw a dad one day outside of Kroger's grocery store, and it looks like they had their bikes out, and they had just gone on a bike ride together, and the dad was sitting outside with his two kids, a boy and a girl, and they were eating lunch together, something that he just picked up as an intermission or interlude probably to their bike ride. But I took a picture of that, and I said, that's what I want for my kids. I couldn't see myself away from my husband, away from the abuse. I couldn't see my life anywhere else. But I took a picture of something that looked like what I wanted. You see what I'm saying? Until I began to see it. I started taking pictures of men and women in relationships and the way he was talking to her and the way he treated her. I took pictures of that. See, that began to create the vision that I needed to get into a healthy relationship, because then I started being able to focus on it. Then I could see it more. Then I could say, oh my goodness, I had more than just one example of men who were good, treating women good. See, when you can have a vision of a good man, not just a vision that all men are dogs and all men are bad, when you begin to have a vision that there are good men out there, good men will start to draw themselves to you. When you begin to have a vision that you can have good best friends, girlfriends who have your back, who's not stabbing you in your back or not gossiping behind your back, when you can begin to have visions of friends who care for you, who give to you, not just take from you, when you begin to see yourself and see that vision of those things being possible, then you'll be able to get out of the unhealthy relationship. I'm sorry, this one was a little long, so I might have to split this up into, part 1 and part 2. But I thank you for this time that we have together. And until next time, you affirm self. Okay? I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at you. You affirm self. Thank you.